Ladies and gentlemen, children of those interwebs out there, it's Sebastian Envy, the strong style nerd, strong style cinephile. And again, technical difficulties, which is why we're redoing our John Wick review video. I saw John Wick last night. It was amaze balls, as I totally expected it to be. So let's geek about it for a very few minutes. I'm not going to give away a whole bunch of plot details. You just need to go see it. If you're a fan of John Wick Chapter 2, you will love John Wick Chapter 3. Plain and simple. It's just more of the action. It's more of the world building that was really piled on in Chapter 2, and it just continues in Chapter 3. We get a look at a little bit of where John Wick comes from, his origins, where he started, and you just get John Wick just killing people in just different, just visceral ways. And that's the thing about the action scene in this movie. They're just visceral and physical. You know these guys are just dinging each other as they're filming this, and that's the commitment that they're giving. They're all in on these scenes, and it just comes through so well in it. I mean, the movie starts with, of course, John Wick on the run because he killed Santino on the grounds of the Continental. He's excommunicado. The end of Chapter 2. Chapter 3 picks up right on that. He's on the run, and he reaches out to some friends to seek passage to go see the guy that sits above the table, because we all know the table is like the ruling power in this world, but there's a dude that sits above the table, and he goes to see him to make amends, as he puts it. He gets placed with he gets saddled with a decision that will affect his future, and affects a strong relationship that he has with someone in the world of the movie, and it will affect his future going forth. It will affect their future going forth. That's really kind of all I'm going to give you on that, because like I said, you just need to go see it. The overall knock I could give on the movie is Halle Berry. I understand the character that she brings as Sophia. She's somebody from John Wick's past who John Wick helped. He has a marker for her that he cashes in, basically forcing her to help him, even though she really doesn't want to at first. He did something very important, very personal for her, which is how he got the marker. But her inclusion in it, and the action scenes that she was in, I thought visually Halle Berry was good. The dialogue she brought and the delivery of that was good. Just when the action started, it just wasn't as good as it could have been. It was slower with her, which I think a lot of the scenes were her. It wasn't really spots where you could put in a stunt person. I wish there was more, but it was slow with her. That's the best way I can put it. It was slower with her. And then just another gimmick that I felt was kind of overused, if I can be negative about something in this franchise. The instance where the gag where John will shoot somebody or hit him a bunch of days or whatever, and then he's literally standing over them, reloading his weapon, and then just finishes them off or whatever as they're kind of sitting there just writhing around and stuff like that. That was kind of overused in this, and it just made the fights. It made those moments. It was just really slow. Because Halle Berry did it a couple times too, and it was just slow. It felt like forever that they were just sitting there like half dead and stuff before they finally collected themselves and then pulled the trigger or whatever. It was slow. That was my only thing. Slow. Lawrence Fishburne is back as the Bowery King. Thought he was going to have a larger role, and he did. I anticipate a larger role in the fourth one, which there has to be a fourth one. I mean, just look at the ending that they tacked on there. There has to be a fourth one. I'm sure they're waiting on the opening weekend box office numbers to kind of see what things look like, but there has to be a fourth one. This is one of those movies, I know everything with franchises and stuff is usually 3 movies. I mean, Fast and Furious franchise notwithstanding, it's usually 3 movies, but this movie has earned a 4th movie through the writing, through the storytelling, through the world building that they're doing, through the action that they consistently deliver movie after movie after movie. It has earned a 4th go round. I think. I know we're going to get a Continental TV series on TNT. Keanu Reeves is not going to be a part of. John Wick is not going to be a character on. He may make a cameo. Ian McShane, I don't think he's going to be on it as Winston. It'll just be around the hotel and people doing stuff at the hotel, or people connected to the hotel, people connected to that world. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of continued world building that they can do with that, and if that affects the movies. We will see. It's just, all in all, it's a good movie. It's a good couple hours to spend just watching people get shot and beat up. I mean, the first time you see it, you just need to see it on the big screen. That surround sound for the action sounds, just the bone crunching hits and crashes and just the gunplay. It's just, you just need to hear that with those speakers in the theater. It's a good movie. Builds on the last one. Action, I guess you could say, in some instances does get repetitive. But I mean, it's just, you could say that about John Wick. You could say that about John Wick Chapter 2. It's just, it happens. I mean, Keanu Reeves isn't the most graceful guy. There's some lumbering he does in this where he's just not as fluid, not as smooth. He's not a gazelle when he's doing some of this fighting, but it's visceral, it's hard hitting. One thing about this, I think you laugh a lot more than you expect going into a John Wick movie. A lot of the humor was in just some of the ways he dispatched people, and as well as Mark Dacascos, who played one of the assassins who was put into service by the adjudicator in the film I don't even touch on the adjudicator. I don't think the adjudicator is somebody from the high table that passes judgment on people in that world, and they were passing judgment on the people who helped out John Wick, Winston, Bowery King, as well as this woman from John Wick's past, who you'll find out a little bit about his past in the film. But they dispatched this assassin, Mark Dacascos, and I'm a huge fan of his. I have been since Only the Strong, the Capoeira movie. And then he was Master Ubulon in the Kamen Rider Dragon Knight series. Kamen Rider Super Sentai, huge fan, of course. But just, he was a John Wick fanboy in the film, and he started off super serious, or you saw him like that, and then you could just kind of see how kind of unhinged he was, and just a lot of the humor in it comes from him. That was enjoyable. I don't think it took away from the seriousness, the grittiness of the moment or the movie as a whole. It just added something to it. Just give a little levity in some of the situations, and I was on board with that. I was a fan of it. I don't think it's too much that totally immediately takes you out of a scene that it takes place in. So it's fun. It's good. Just great action. Action evolved with some of the the shots. Like, I'm just looking at the motorcycle fight, just wondering how they shot it. I'm just insanely curious about that. For my own interest in filmmaking and some of the action stuff that I've wanted to do, have tried to do in the past, that have not been done very well, I will admit. Got lots to learn, but trial and error and that sort of thing. You just got to be all in. You got to have people who are all in, and that's what I need to have going forth with my projects. And that's what it was with John Wick. Everybody is just all in on making a great action, spectacular, just terrific, just so many other adjectives, film, and they succeed. Third is good. Fourth one should be good. We need to make it happen. You just need to go out and see it. Help the box office. Go out and see it. You will not regret it in the slightest bit. If you have seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. My social media, that's below as well. Talk to me there. Talk to me here. Talk to me about John Wick. Talk to me about Batwoman. Talk to me about Mortal Kombat, which they're starting to film. And James Wan is producing it. I'm curious to see what the action, in a world where we have John Wick movies and the action that goes on with them, what we're going to get with Mortal Kombat. But anyway, I digress. John Wick. Go see it. Let's geek.